Hello everyone, welcome back. As you can see, I'm doing another Games Under $5 here, and this will be Stormrise, which is the only one that I can say is genuinely a bad game out of all the games under $5 that I've done so far. It's pretty much like a strategy game, but at the same time, nothing like a strategy game, because it requires absolutely no strategy. I guess the real struggle is using the controls, and they're awful. Yeah, here's the first problem right away. As you can see, it looks fine. You'd be like, okay, graphics are okay for a game that came out in 2008, and it seems to control just fine. It does not at all. The only way you can switch between units is by using this little thing, which is called the whip select, and you cannot select multiple units. Like, as you see, I'm using the drones right now. I'm going to switch over to the snipers. Alright, there we go. Got to the snipers. That's all fine and dandy. But how you use the camera is you have to move the analog stick all the way to one side of the screen. You can't rotate it with another button or anything. So right there, when I first started playing the game, it was pretty much a train wreck right away. And then you get units like this, which you think, oh, these guys are pretty cool, I want to use them. If either of these guys die, you lose the mission immediately. The mission stops, you have to restart over the entire mission. I think you can start at a checkpoint, but either way, if they die, you restart over. And then you think to yourself, well, just heal them so they won't die. You cannot heal units in this game. So, if this guy gets damaged, you're leaving him back like I do. See, I'm all the way back here, and I'm losing this mission because I'm not bringing these guys forward. Because there's really no point in having them fight, since they'll just die anyway. And then you have your upgrade towers right here, which are pretty fine. Little addition there. You use refineries, they build faster, all that good stuff. But you can only build units from some of them, and this is the only one that I have right now that can build units. So I'm going to build some units. And I will show you immediately why this game becomes a train wreck once you try to get your units out there. And I'm going to let this build up. I might skip ahead, I might not. I don't know. Alright, I have a good enough sized army now that I can start to show you why this game falls apart almost immediately. See, what you can do is, you can have your units, you can be like, okay, go over there. And they'll go over there. That's all fine and dandy. But here's what it is. You cannot get off your units. Once you're on them, you follow them everywhere. So when you're telling this unit to go move this way and you want to go back to move that unit, they're all going to be moving and it gets all jumbled around. So any other strategy game, you can just select all the units at once and send them over. Not this one. And I'm sure they're doing it this way because it's kind of hard to make a console game that has strategy controls and stuff like that. And they're like, oh, and it even says in the box, it says the innovative whip system. Innovative does not always mean good. But basically, you have to send your units off this way. And you see how ridiculously long it's taking me when I could just scroll over all of them and send them all at once. And the argument of, oh, it's a console game, that couldn't happen. Well, Halo Wars seemed to do it just fine. And that game was very enjoyable. Especially on the consoles, which is not really where strategy games usually are. So as you can see, after that 20,000 minutes, I finally got my units sent over here. But now I have to send them over this way, so I'm going to carry them over there, send them off to that. And now I'll show you painstakingly how long it takes to send just 10 units, which I'm sure is what this is, all the way over there. I didn't do a count when I just summoned them. I just kind of sent them all out. And then I will get to my 1000th problem with this game once I start getting into the battle. Because if you think it's hard to move units around right now, you should just, you should wait and see. It's going to get a lot worse. And for some reason, I summoned all enforcers, or spawned, whatever you want to call it, and they all come in groups, and for some reason, some of these are only in groups of, like, 2, which is weird, like these guys down here. I guess their people didn't want them. Yeah, just some more of showing you how ridiculously long it takes to send your units. And then being slow is not that much easier. And if I take a few steps forward, that thing up there will gun me down. So I'm going to stay up here. You can also zoom into stuff. But you see their little small force up here? Yeah, not really that dangerous. Okay, let's go take them on. And as you can see with stuff like this, it's like I want to send my units behind this. Well, there's no over the head view, so you're not going to be doing that at all. You're just going to sit right there. You can also open up a tactical view here, which is really horrible, and I still have no idea how to use it. If you want to get an overhead view, you have to hold down, and then that gives you an overhead view. But then, as you can see, it spins around like a maniac for no reason. So, don't use that. And now I'm over... Alright. Yeah, so basically, if you aim down at the ground, you aim overhead, but you can't send any units out that way, so it's kind of pointless. Now I'm going to send my units out over there. Yeah, this is going to take forever. But this is just to show you how how fun this game is. So you try to send your units this way, and they just get murdered immediately. And you saw how quickly they died, right? Yeah, I have to walk behind this thing to move on with the mission. And the last time I did it, I sent a force about this size, and I think about 90% of them died on the way walking past it, and then the other 10% died by units that randomly spawned and came out and killed me. So yeah, not not a particularly fun game. You dumb-ass units. You can see where I'm sending them, right? And they keep running off that way. Why? Why do they do that? It's, not a good one. I've played better. So, after all that time spending all that time... After all that time making those units, a good portion of them just died because they wouldn't listen to where I'm telling them to go. And here we come over to the second problem. All those units that came this way, you see the enemies are shooting at them. They are not shooting back because they are genius AI. What do you want from them? See, I will sit here and show you just how smart they are. Look at this. Shoot at the enemy? No! Oh, there you go. Finally learned how to shoot. And the enemy's not doing much better either. But basically, the odds are extremely stacked against you. For some reason, this unit here seems to be a super soldier. But pretty much every other unit in this game... Oh, okay, now they're sending in theirs. But pretty much every unit that you have in this game is worth... Or... No, every unit that they have is worth 3 of your units, because their units are a lot stronger than yours. And it's really hard to make strategy because of all of this walking and everything like that. But not just that, they are also way too powerful. I remember one mission, I sent about 10 to 12 units to take out a small group. They got murdered very quickly. Wasn't even really a fight. Half of my units didn't even shoot back, and it was a train wreck, to say the least. And a train wreck would probably be better at battle than these guys, so I don't want to insult the train wreck. Now we're going to get to another giant issue, walking upstairs. If you thought the camera was bad before, you can see how much worse it gets when I try to walk up close quarters. Alright, let's move these units this way. Yeah, for a strategy game, there's not a lot of action, as you've been seeing. It's just mainly walking. And I'm probably actually going to end the video when I get upstairs, because I don't really know what else I can show at this point. Because other games, I mean, it would be entertaining to show what goes on, but this one, it's just, like, I can't even get entertained by it, so I couldn't imagine anyone watching this being that entertained. So I'm going to probably end it after they all get massacred by that turret, which I know will happen, because they will not be smart enough to get past it.
Let's go.
And I sent that unit upstairs, and they are not listening to me. So basically, if you want to beat this game, you have to sit here for an absurd amount of time and make a ton of units, and then just send them right out to the battle. You don't have to plan any kind of strategy, which is what I was actually doing before. I would just make the units, send them out to the battlefield, make more units, and I would just keep sending and sending until I finally won. And that's really the only way to do it. Sadly, that is the only way to do it. I'm going to go up these stairs this time, because the last way I went, they murdered me completely. As I was fondly reminiscing earlier. I wish I could just send them straight up, but you have to send them out at an angle, and then send them up. Just because of how dumb the controls are. Alright, go to those guys. Come on, you can do it. Come on, wannabe Spartans. Oh, am I getting close to the objective? I sure hope so. Yeah, so I can't go that way, so I'm gonna go up these stairs. Yeah, this is just... It's painful. It really is, having to move the units like this. I mean, God, it is just so bad. And there are certain things, like, you see I'm holding this unit, normally I have to shift over to the other ones, but basically you can press X on them, and then you drag this little arrow over, and that'll send the units this way. But, as you can see, it takes a lot longer to have to go back, press X, then go back again, then press X, then come up, press them down, then go back, then press X, then come back down. It's just a lot quicker to use the whip select, as horrible as it is. It's just less horrible than that way. And I think I read a review at IGN because I wanted to see if everyone disliked this game as much as I did, and they did. It got some low ratings. Okay, it looks like I can go over that way, and that's above where the guy's shooting at me, so that's a start. But yeah, they basically said the whip select was awful, which I guess everyone who's played this game has already known. Like, stuff like this, getting from that far away, that's good. That's okay. I like that. If it was the whip select and the normal way, that would be fine. The whip select could come in handy. But when you're trying to move around a large amount of units, it's just... It's horrible, especially if you played it in a game like StarCraft, where everything is a singular unit, like the Marines and all that stuff. Could you imagine having 200 of those and having to move them around like this? Zerg rushes would be a lot easier to attack, because they would come in groups of like 3 and not even really be able to do anything. So yeah, I would not recommend this game, which is recommended. I would not recommend this game, which is actually a first for the games under $5 that I've done, because as I've said very frequently, I'm sure you've heard, it's not good. And I don't know where to go from here. It looks like there are stairs over there, so I'm going to go over there. But yeah, instead of just being able to send your units all the way over there, like any other good RTS would, you drag the camera over there, set your units down, and that's the end of that. Not this game. This game, you have to move it kind of like a third-person shooter mixed in with a RPG, which sounds just as bad as it is. And I'm going to have my slow march over here, which will probably be filled with units upstairs. That will probably kill me. Yeah, I've moved about 200 feet in the however long I've been playing, so that is not a good sign. And I just accidentally whipped out here, which is another good thing that the whip select does. It'll send you flying. Summon some more units. Hey, look at the 2 walker mechs I have down here. It'd be really good to use those guys. But sadly, this game doesn't want to have healing units, so stay back there, men that could probably win this mission faster. Let's send out the Marines that will die in 3 shots. Oh, here come the units. Well, better get upstairs, because they will kill me quite quickly. Unless they're enemy units upstairs, in which case I will probably lose my cool. Oh, here they come. Yeah, you're about to see just how useless the Rangers are. Oh, there are units upstairs. Great. Alright, come on, dum-dums. Move it. Oh my god. This stupid whip select, I swear. Alright, come on, guys. Let's get out of the enemy's sight for a second. I know you want to get shot at, but calm down. Yeah, now you're seeing just how bad the whip select is. It's chaos when you're trying to use it in a battle. Yeah, you see how I'm trying to use my... There we go. Oh my god. Camera. Yeah, this game just brings frustration. I would not recommend playing it. I'm probably going to play it all the way until the end because I can't resist achievements. I've liked achievements since the day I first got an Xbox 360. But yeah, I highly recommend against getting it. If someone handed you a free copy, I would still recommend not playing it. That is how bad it is. Even for strategy fans. Like, you see, I want to move this guy up to that top part, right? Nah, not going to happen. Hopefully I can use this to get over there. Of course, what was I thinking? Never mind. I'll just walk straight up the stairs. Because, you know, a good RTS game, they'd make you click on the stairs to walk up them. Oh, great, we have a unit enemy force up here. I know there's something that I can use. It's like a, there it is. I'm going to use some grenades. He's probably going to get shot to death as soon as he gets up. Yep. He got shot to death before I could even... What are these guys doing down here? Well, I guess they can be useful in intercepting this force over here.
Safety's off. We're going in.
Are you sure the safety's off? Because you're not really... There we go. Alright, time to... Are you serious, enemies? Are you serious, guys? This is going to be the thumbnail for this video. This perfectly describes everything this game is. This will be the thumbnail. I mean, come on. Look at this! Seriously! Are you joking? This game is like a joke. It really is. It's like the creators of the game were like, hey, let's make a strategy game for the consoles. Alright, man, sounds like a cool idea. No. Let's not make it a strategy game, though. Let's make it a game that's kind of like a strategy game, but has awful controls. I don't know if that sounds like a good idea. Well, that's why you're not in charge. Let's make it anyway. They'll love it. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna walk them up the stairs as they die one at a time.
Remember your training.
Yeah, remember your training. The 2 seconds of training you got, like, at a McDonald's or something. It's about how much experience they have in fighting. That guy just fall down the stairs. He officially has the same old problems. He officially has the same problems as old ladies. Alright, come on, units. I'm sending... Oh my god, stop going back to them. I wish I could send them out here. They sure could take this down quickly. Yeah, it was a sad realization in the first mission when I started using those mech units. and did absolutely nothing. Kind of like these units are when they're going to die in 3 seconds from this. Okay, I told him to use a grenade. Did you just seriously? That thing seriously just took out all of my units. All of them. Yeah, there's a great example of the unbalancedness of this game. It's a good thing I have these snipers down here doing absolutely nothing. Oh, look, and they took that over there, too. So I'm never going to win that back, either. I'm going to send a force over there, and then I will end the video. Which I know is a saddening thing to hear because of how uber exciting this is. Where are they going? Okay. Guess it wanted me to jump back to this side. I don't understand it. I don't know who thought this was a good idea, or any of that. I don't understand a second of this game. I mean, it's fine. The story's kind of okay. It's not like a Halo type story where you get immersed into it or anything like that. But it's fine. The controls and everything make me overlook it completely, though. Because you can have the best story, but if your game just sucks, then there's really no one who's going to be paying attention to it. I sure wish I could use these units over here. Units. This game's messing with my ability to speak. Yeah, you're gonna send them up in the sky? What are you doing? Go. That. Oh, stop it! Go that way. Oh my god. It's not where I sent them, but okay. There we go. Send them down to that. Yeah, it's going to be a shame when I have to put this thrilling game down. I'm probably going to finish the rest of this mission just because I want the achievements and all that. Yeah, but other than that, I will probably never play this game again. It's bad. It's bad. That's really all I can say for it. I do not recommend it. I highly unrecommend it, if that's even a word. And if you see a copy of this game in your local GameStop, I recommend buying it just so you can be the one to destroy it. Which is where I got it at GameStop. And the GameStop employee was nice enough to warn me away, but I was too foolish to listen. Because on the back it says, you know what, I'm going to go pick up the box right now. I'm going to read the back to you right now. And as you can see, the lasers out there killing my units, so that's fun. Here we go. Let's read the back of this. Experience frontline intensity with a third-person perspective. Reading that, you might think, maybe this is a third-person shooter. And then when I found it was a strategy game, I was like, okay, maybe it's third-person over the shoulder, but it's fun. All that good stuff. Yeah, try moving the infantry in cover. Why don't you try shutting up? Oh, it's made by Sega. That's alright. And then join up to 7 friends online, whatever. Use the innovative whip select and tactical playbook to execute your strategy. That you cannot say that with a straight face. Alright, so that's this game. Let's see if I can retake this, which apparently isn't even putting up a fight, so I don't know how they own it. Come on, guys. Move over there. Guess I just have to walk up to it to capture it. Unless I already have it captured, then that wouldn't make any sense. Yeah, whip select. There we go. So now I'm going to have to build my turrets back up and everything. Oh, another thing. If you build... Let's say you build a turret on here, or shields. If they shoot it to the point where the shields get knocked down, those are permanently gone. You have to rebuild them again and put more time into it. If you build turrets on there, if those turrets get shot off, you have to rebuild that. And I don't know what the refinery is exactly, because I don't think there's a visual thing on your, whatever this awful contraption is called. I don't think it visually pops up on there, but I'm sure if they destroy that too, you would have to rebuild it. Alright, so that was Stormrise, and I can't really think of a better place to end, because there's really no good place to end this video at. There wasn't a good place to start either. There's no good places in this video. Alright, hope you enjoyed it, and I will be back next time with a better game.